वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। And repeat after me the shloka number 16. नासतो विद्यते भावः
नासतो विद्यते भावः
अभावो विद्यते सतः
अभावो विद्यते सतः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
तयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
अविनाशितु तद्विद्धि
अविनाशितु तद्विद्धि
सर्वमिदं ततम्
येन
येन
सर्वमिदं
सर्वमिदं
ततं
ततं
विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य
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 न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति
न
न
कश्चित् कर्तुम्
कश्चित्
अर्हति
कर्तुमर्हति
अन्तवन्त इमे देहाः
अन्तवन्त
अन्तवन्त
इमे
इमे
देहाः
देहाः
यस्योक्ताः शरीरिणः
नित्यस्य
नित्यस्योक्ता
शरीरिणः
शरीरिणः
अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य
अनाशिनो
अनाशिनो
प्रमेयस्य
प्रमेयस्य
तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत
तस्माद्यस्व
तस्माद्युध्यस्व
भारत
भारत
ययेनं वेति हन्तारम्
ययेनं
येनं
वेत्ति
वेति
हन्तारम्
हन्तारम्
चैनं मन्यते हतम्
यश्चैनं
यश्चैनं
मन्यते
मन्यते
हतम्
हतम्
उभौ तौ न विजानीतः
उभौ
उभौ
तौ न
तौ न
विजानीतः
विजानीतः
नायं हन्ति न हन्यते
नायं
नायं
हन्ति
हन्ति
न
न
हन्यते
हन्यते
न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित्
न
न
जायते
जायते
म्रियते वा
म्रियते वा
कदाचित्
कदाचित्
नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः
नायं
नायं
भूत्वा
भूत्वा
भवित्वा
भविता
न
न
भूयः
भूयः
अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः
अजो
अजो
नित्यशाश्वतोऽयं
नित्यशाश्वतोऽयं
पुराणः
पुराणः
न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे
न
न
हन्यते
हन्यते
हन्यमाने
हन्यमाने
शरीरे
शरीरे
Is my voice clear to all of you?
sometimes it breaks
Sometimes it breaks. Veda vinashinam nityam
वेदा विनाशिनं
वेदाविनाशिनं
नित्यम्
नित्यम्
येनमजमव्ययम्
येनमजमव्ययम्
ययेनमजमव्ययम्
तं सपुरुषः पार्थ
कथं
कथं स
सपुरुषः
कथं
पार्थ
सपुरुषः पार्थ
कथयति हन्तिकम्
कं
कं
घातयति
घातयति
हन्तिकम्
हन्तिकम्
This shloka is very important. Atma is Nityaha Avinashi. It is Ajam Avyayam. That part already has been discussed before in the previous mantra shlokas also. Then the second line, Katam Saha Purushaha E Partha Kam Gatayati Kam Hanti. Katam Hanti Katam Gatayati. That line is very important. First line says Atma is Avikriya. Yes, Atma is Avikriya Atma. Atma doesn't have any change. It doesn't grow, it doesn't decay. The change of the body, the change of the mind, the Atma doesn't change. The body grows, Atma doesn't grow. The body decays, Atma doesn't decay. When we say Atma, Atma is not something different from you. Atma is you. Instead of using the word you, Tvam, or Aham, I, we use the word Atma. Again, Atma should not be looked upon as something which is other than you. It is the word for you is Atma. It is Uttama Purusha Aham without any attributes, without any adjective. Stop with Aham, that's all. Then you say Aham Stulaha, Aham Stulaha, Aham Svetaha, Aham Krishna Varnaha. All these are adjectives you add. Aham Chaturaha, Aham Murkaha, Aham Jnani, Aham Panditaha, and Aham, the name also. The name also is your addition. That is, name is not you. Name is also your possession. You possess, like the body is possessed. That is why possessive case, Shashti Vibhakti. Mama Nama we say. Mama Nama is also something which you possess. As the body you possess. You have the body. It is something you possess. Like you possess money. Like you possess the house. Similarly, you possess the body. That is why body is called Ayatanam. And the Indriyas also like they are the instruments. Therefore, it's called Sadhanam. They are the means, like the car or any other instrument you use. Similarly, Indriyas are all the sadhanam by which you accomplish, you do some action. Therefore, sadhanam. They are not you. How can the sadhanam be you? How can be ayatanam be you? That is why Shariri, the one who is the indweller of the body. Indweller means that it's not limited to the body alone. Indweller means because of whom the body is. Body sustained. Body is sustained. Because of whom the body is alive. That is Shariri, Dehi. That Atma kam hanti, katam gatayati. How can this Atma can do karma? Atma being avikriyaha, being changeless. No change possible. For any change, for any change to happen, that the subject has to undergo change. For any change to happen, the subject has to undergo change. If you want to reach a place, you have to walk. There is a change in the subject. The karta is walking step by step, is going by vehicle, is going to the dining hall to eat. Eat also. The change you have to do. Your hand has to move, your mouth has to open, all the changes happening in you, then only the kriya, the kadana kriya is possible. Atma is avikriya. How can it do action? Action is not possible for Atma. That's why avikriya, that's why Atma is akarta. Avikriyatvat. Atma is always akarta. There is no doership for Atma. Because Atma is always free. There is no really speaking doership. Attributing the doership to Atma, that is Ajnana. To say that I am the doer of the action, I am the enjoyer of the karma phala. That notion, that is called kartrutvam, that kartrutvam is attributed to, kartrutvam is attributed to the Atma. So this kartrutvam is is the is a source, is a source of action. I am the doing, that is a source of action. And that is the notion, notional, because there is really speaking, Atma can never be a karta. And you say, I am the doer, I do things, I walk, I talk, but really that kartrutvam, the action is not the possible for the Atma. Atma is always, it is free. Akarta, akartrutvam, akarta, Atma is akarta. So, therefore, Therefore, this kartrutvam, the kartrutvam which is attributed to the Atma, the real karma is not possible for Atma. And one who knows the Atma, the Jnani, for him, knowledge is very clear. Agam akarta, agam abhokta. He is a Jnani, Atma Jnani. How can he do action? That's why katam anti katam gatayati. How can he do any action? Or how can he cause anyone to do action? It means a Jnani. Jnani is the one who knows his Swarupa, Atma Swarupa, one's own Swarupa, one who knows he can never do action. He can never do action. If at all you see action, it is only a semblance of action. So that's why Jnani is really, he is a Sarva Karma Sannyasi. He is a Sarva Karma Sannyasi. Sarva Karma Sannyasa means, Karma Sannyasa means giving up the karma. Giving up the karma, that is called sannyasa, karma sannyasa. When do you give up karma? Only when you are doing karma, you give up. Atma cannot do karma. Then how can it give up karma? It doesn't have karma to give up. It doesn't have kartrutvam. So what it can give up? That knowledge, one who has, Atma is akarta, abhokta. That knowledge, the jnani who has, without physically taking sannyasa, he is a sarva karma sannyasi. So he is a real sannyasi. He may not be taken the sannyasa vrata. He may be a grahastha. He may be a brahmachari. He may belong to any section, any class of society, any nation. But he is a sarva karma sannyasi who doesn't have this notion aham karta. That kartritva buddhi is not there for that person. That is why sarva karma sannyasi means jnanam is implied. Now, previously, what did Bhagavan say? The previous shloka, tasmad yudyasva bharata. So, previously he said, Bhagavan Krishna in the previous shloka, he said, therefore, tasmad yudyasva bharata anashino prameyasya tasmad yudyasva bharata. Therefore, Arjuna, therefore, yudyasva. You fight this war. Now, why should Arjuna fight this war? Because being Atma, therefore Akarta, and also not Karayita. So, Atmanaha Swarupam being Akartratvam, Karayitratvam, then how can you, then why does Krishna ask me to carry on this yuddham? Iti Arjuna may think. So there seems to be a contradiction. Atma is akarta abhokta. Bhagavan Krishna says, and the same Krishna says, you fight. If it's akarta abhokta, and I, the Atma, is akarta abhokta, my swarupam is akarta abhokta, then why should I fight? What is the need? You should encourage me, in fact, to pursue jnanam. You should encourage me to make this jnanam very strongly established in me. Instead, you are asking me to fight. So it seems to be a contradiction. Only when you analyze the shloka, you will see the contradiction. That is why Arjuna, he doesn't stop with only the second chapter, third chapter also. He asks question, and therefore Bhagavan Krishna advises. It goes on. Up to the fifth chapter, he will be asking the same question in different way because he has got some confusion. And he says openly also, the third chapter itself, he says in the beginning, Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim moha yasiva me. Tadekam vad nishchitya ena shreyah aham apnuyam iti. Your words are seem to be contradictory. He doesn't say your words are contradictory. How can the words of Bhagavan be contradictory? Atmanaha swarupam is, my swarupam is akarta abhokta, you are saying, I cannot, there is no karma for him, I'm not the karta. Then you are asking me to do the karta, do the karma of this fighting this yuddha. That karma is possible only when I have kartrutvam. So to be a karta, I must have kartrutvam. You are encouraging me to have jnanam, that akartrutva buddhi. At the same time, you are asking me to do this action. That action is not possible without kartrutvam. That is a contradiction. Therefore, he says, your words are seeming to be contradictory. He asked later, even now he is listening. He will not ask now, but he is asking the same. He is asking the doubt in the third chapter. So you will see that. So therefore, there seems to be a contradiction. It is not really the contradiction. It is not really the contradiction. So whether you do action or not, action is not only for gaining happiness, ananda. Action is dharma. Dharma, that is karma. Dharma can be established only by karma, by action. So action is not only for gaining the sukham, the happiness. So, but action is required to establish the dharma. Being dharma, to be followed, to be done karma. It is kartavyam karma. Kartavyam karma. Because you do karma, the swarupam of nature of the swarupam of Atma will not change. You continue to be the same. But you have the sense of kartavyam karma, to be done. For what? Because you don't want to the order of Ishvara to be disturbed. You don't want adharma to dominate because it will disturb the harmony. Therefore, being a kshatriya, your dharma is there, therefore you have to do. That is the answer. And later he will say, talk about karma yoga and all, that we will see. But it is the contradiction may seem to come if you analyze the shloka. But since the topic here is only the Atmanaha Swarupam, the Swarupam of Atma. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says Atma is Akarta. Atma is Akarta. To know that you are Akarta, you have to do karma. You have to do karma. By doing karma, you gain certain Chitta Shuddhi. All Chitta Shuddhi is important. Chitta Shuddhi means the purification of the Antakaranam. Antakaranam has got different notions, different ideas. All these things have to be removed. Then only knowledge can take place. Then only my words also will enter your head. Therefore, karma is required. Chitta Shuddhyartham karma. And once Chitta Shuddhi is there, then only knowledge takes place. Then only when the Shastram is heard, when the Shastra Upadesha is given, then only knowledge also takes place. Knowledge also takes place. By doing karma, you cannot know your Swarupam. By doing karma, another point is, by doing karma, Atmanaga Swarupam cannot be gained. Therefore, that is not the Vivaksha of Bhagavan Krishna. He doesn't ask Tasmad Yudyasya Bharata, saying that he doesn't ask Arjuna to do karma to gain this jnana. So it's very clear. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुभु. Amrtatvam, that ananda, that amrtatvam, that moksham. Moksha is not possible by karma. Moksha is not possible by praja, not possible by dhana. Then moksha is how moksha is possible? Tyage naike tyaga. What is tyaga? That sarva karma sannyasa. That is called tyaga. This akartratva buddhi is the tyaga. By that alone, moksha. For this akartra buddhi, that buddhi to take place, the buddhi has to be prepared. The buddhi must be a prepared buddhi. So therefore only karma. Therefore only karma is required. Karma is required as a means to gain chitta shuddhi. That part is not talked about here. It is going to come later. Now, but now it is Bhagavan is giving upadesha at the same time asking to do karma. So there seems to be a jnana karma samuchaya. That possibility is there. This is a technical discussion. Jnana karma samuchaya. For moksha, for amrtatvam, we need karma as well as jnanam. One may think because here Atma Swarupam is talked about. Atma Swarupa Upadesha is given by Bhagavan. At the same time, Bhagavan is asking to do the karma. Therefore, jnanam and karma both are required. Both are required for moksha iti, one may think. That is why this is clarified. That's why I am clarifying that. This is not jnana karma samuchaya. Why? For ajnanam, for samsara to go. For samsara, that is kartritva buddhi to go. Kartritvam is not there, cannot be there for Atma. Atma cannot do karma. How can Atma do karma? How can Atma move from a place to other place? If it is sarva vyapi, if it is all pervading, there is no place where Atma is there. Everything is Atma, Ishvara. Then how can he do karma? There is no karma possible. But this kartritva buddhi is there for Atma. That kartritva buddhi, is it real? It is not real. It is ajnanam. For this ajnanam to go, only we need jnanam. So jnanam only can remove the ajnanam. So jnanam only can give moksha. Ajnana nivritti is moksha prapti. If moksha is required, and what is required? Jnanam is required. And the jnanam is gained through guru upasadanam, shastra patanam. That jnanam knocks off the notional understanding, the notional idea, the wrong knowledge. Jnanam doesn't, important thing, jnanam doesn't, Atma Jnanam is not a new knowledge which is given by the Shastram. Shastram doesn't teach any new knowledge. Shastram as a pramanam doesn't give any new knowledge. The wrong knowledge is removed. That is why this ajnanam is jnana virodhi. Jnanam is jnana virodhi, like the light and darkness. When light comes, darkness goes away. Immediately it goes away. When knowledge happens, this ajnanam goes away. That's why the teacher is called Guru. Guru. Rukaraha tu andakaraha, rukaraha tan nivartyate. Because the teacher teaches, that gives jnanam, and the jnanam removes the andakara of the shishya. That's why it's called Guru. Therefore, jnanena eva ajnana nivrittihi eva mokshaha. Therefore, for moksha prapti, what is required is jnanam. Where is karma? By karma, you can gain certain limited ends. Karma doesn't have any scope in gain moksha. Jnanam alone. But karma is required. For what? As a means. As a preparation. Preparatory means. As a preparatory, it is a means. Therefore, only tasmad yudyasva bharata. Therefore, there is no samuchaya. There is no samuchaya, not possible, because the cause is ajnanam, therefore no samuchaya is possible. I am not the doer, aham akarta. This is sarva karma sannyasa. This knowledge has to be gained. Why? Because because kartratva buddhi is there. This gaining this jnanam is the meaning of sannyasa also. Sannyasa means what? Having this jnanam. Agam sannyasi, when you say it. Sannyasi is akartritva buddhi. The one who has akartritva buddhi is a sannyasi. He is a vidwan. The one who is a sarvakarma sannyasi is called vidwan, is called jnani, is pandita. So, sannyasa also as a means, it is conducive for gaining this knowledge. That is why sannyasa is. Without sannyasa, this knowledge, gaining this knowledge, by gaining this knowledge alone, one becomes a sarvakarma sannyasi. So sarvakarma sannyasi is your swarupa. It is the nature of Atma. Atma is akarta, it cannot do. So that is the swarupam. Where is sannyasa for Atma? Atma is ever free. Muktaha. So sarvakarma sannyasi eva sada. So therefore karma is not there. Karma is not possible for Atma. No karaka is possible. All karaka upamardhanam, all the karaka, the karta karaka, karma karaka, all the factors of action which are involved in accomplishing the kriya, everything is resolved into Atma in the wake of this jnanam, Atma jnanam. When that happens, no kartritva buddhi. Karta is not there. When karta is not there, no karma, no other karakas. So, therefore, kam gatayati, kam hanti, iti aksheparte. It dismisses. Not possible. Atma is akarta and is abhokta and akarayita. It cannot cause to do action also. Iti, the Bhagavan Krishna says. The next shloka, that also we have seen. We will read. Vasansi jirnani yatha vighaya
वासांसि
वासांसि
जीर्णानि
जीर्णानि
यथा
यथा
विहाय
विहाय
navani gृह्णाति narottaraणि
नवानि
नवानि
गृह्णाति
गृह्णाति
नरोपराणि
नरोपराणि
शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि
तथा
तथा
शरीराणि
शरीराणि
विहाय
विहाय
जीर्णानि
जीर्णानि
अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि.
अन्यानि
अन्यानि
संयाय
संयाति
शरीरे
नवानि.
Today only we saw jirnani, jirna, jiru dhatu. Jiru is vayohanu. Old age is called jiru. That when becomes old. So jirna, jirnani is napumsakalinga. Vasamsi jirnani. Vasamsi is vastrani, clothes. Yatha is just as. So an example is given. Yatha vastrani, the clothes. Jirnani, worn out. So giving up, vihaya, yaktva. Jirnani vasamsi, yatha vihaya, giving up, navani. Aparani navani grannati. As the person takes up another new clothes. I think we have seen this shloka in the last class. Have we seen the meaning of this shloka? I think we have seen.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Tata, in the same way, sharirani vihaya. Chirnani sharirani vihaya. Is there a break in my voice? Is it?
Now it's
No,
okay.
no, it's okay, but slightly
Now,
shy.
okay. No.
Okay. Okay. Because when you speak, there is break in voice. I just want to know whether there is break in my voice when I speak. Okay. If it is clear, fine. So, tata Jirnani Sharirani Vihaya, having given up, giving up, Vihaya, giving up the Jirnani Sharirani, burn out Sharira, then Anyani Navani Sanyati, he gains another one. Kaha, who takes up Dehi referring to the Atma, the Shariri, he takes up another one. So, therefore, when you when the clothes are worn out, when the clothes are worn out, we throw it. We don't cry for the worn out clothes because it has done its job. Therefore, we throw it. Maybe if the clothes is a new one, we may cry, but it's an old cloth. Therefore, we throw it. Jirnani, completely used. It cannot be used anymore. Therefore, we throw it. Similarly, the shariram, which is born of the karma, the prarabdha karma, it has come. That also, over a period of time, it will burn out like the cloth, like a cloth. It will burn out. Once it burns out, you don't need to cry for it. That burning out and throwing up is called death. In fact, you give up this body. You give up this body. That is called death. You give up. You voluntarily give up. You have to voluntarily give up. Shariram cannot be used further. How long it can be used? After some time, one should be ready to give up. Deliberately, some people give up. Voluntarily, they give up. Giving up, you don't have to worry because you are going to get another one. You are going to get another one, and that is a new one. Navani. It's not a old one. You're going to get a new one. You're going to get a new shariram. Always you get a new one. You will not get a used shariram. Not like the Tirumular. Tirumular, he did Parakaya Sharira Pravesham, and he got a shariram of the of the of the person who was taking care of the cows. So like that, you will not get the old shariram. You will get a new shariram. So depending on the karma palam, so whatever is there, so you get a new shariram. So therefore, Atma take another body. Atma take another body. That is what the shloka says. Now, if Atma takes another body, does Atma travel? Does Atma travel? The question comes. Atma, you need to remember, Atma with Sukshma Karana Sharira is called Jivatma. Jivatma is this Sukshma Karana Shariram. When it has got the physical body, Stula Shariram, then it is born without the Stula Shariram. Now, after death, Sukshma Shariram is there, Karana Shariram is there, and they exist because of Atma. So, Sukshma Karana Sharira Sagita Atma. So, Atma is not a separate entity. That is, the language has got limitation. Therefore, we have to say Sukshma Karana Sharira Sahita Atma. But everything is because of Atma. Therefore, the word Sahita, we have to have some Sahanam. We need to have some Sahanam really for the word Sahita. Because the language has got limitation. So, therefore, along with the Sukshma Kana Shariram, this Atma, which is called Jivatma, it travels from body to body, Shariram to Shariram. So from the standpoint of Sukshma Karna Shariram, Atma travels. Because previously we said, how can Atma do karma? It is not possible. It is avikriyaha Atma. For karma, it must have avayava, it must have parts. If Atma has got parts, then Atma has got limitation, limited. Like the Sthula Shariram has got angas. If Atma also has got anga, the parts, the limbs, as the Sthula Shariram is limited, therefore Atma also will become limited. So, therefore, only when it is limited, it can travel because the limitation allows you to travel. You are limited, therefore you travel. If you are total, complete, there is no place where you are not, then where will you travel? You are here now, therefore you can travel from here to you can travel from here to Australia. You are here, you are not there. You need to travel. Limited by this body, therefore you need to travel. Space is there, separated by space and time, therefore need to travel. But Atma is Sarvavyapi, we said, therefore only it is Purnaha, therefore only it is Avikriyaha. Now we say Atma travels. How does Atma travel? From the standpoint of Sukshma Karana Shariram, Atma travels. Atma, when it is identified with this Shariram, Sharira Dvayam, that is Jivatma, that Jivatma travels. That Jivatma alone takes new Shariram. The Jivatma takes new Shariram because Jivatma only has got karma, not Atma. Atma as Chaitanyam doesn't have karma. Only this Jivatma, which is identified with this Karana, Sukshma Karana Shariram, that alone has karma, that alone travels because of karma palam travels. So traveling is for the Jivatma. So therefore, Atma travels, we say. That is, Atma travels means this Jivatma travels. The Atma identified with this two Shariram, which is called Jivatma, travels. Now, the Atma, when you look upon the Atma as Satchit Ananda Swarupa Atma, that is its Swarupam, the pure, that is Shuddha Chaitanyam Atma, not identified with anything. Can it travel? It cannot travel. It cannot travel. It is there all the it is there all the places. It is like a Akasha. Like Akasha, it is all pervasive. Similarly, this Atma is all pervasive. It is there everywhere. Even in dead Shariram, dead bodies also it is there. Even in stones it is there. In the Parvata, the mountain, and the earth, everything is pervaded by this Atma. Everything is Atma. Therefore, from the standpoint of the Swarupa of Atma, Sachit Ananda, Atma doesn't travel. Atma doesn't travel. It is everywhere. Now the question may come, if Atma is everywhere, even in a stone, it is there, then why not, why doesn't the stone is conscious as the body is, the Jivatma is? Because there is the absence of this Sukshma Shariram. The Sukshma Shariram must have, the Sukshma Shariram is there. Sukshma Shariram is there, but Sukshma Shariram doesn't have the ability to manifest this Chaitanyam. So, in the case of rock, in the case of stone, in the case of the Jadavastu, it is Sukshma Shariram is there but doesn't have the ability to manifest this Chaitanyam. Whereas Jivatma has got a special defined Sukshma Shariram, that Antakarana mind is there. So it has the ability, therefore it is conscious. Therefore only there seems to be the movement of Atma from place to place. But really Atma cannot move. Atma cannot move. So Dehi, this Dehi, the Atma as Jivatma travels. Dehi as Jivatma travels from body to body. As Atma, it doesn't travel, therefore it is not subject to destruction. So destruction is only for the Shariram, the Anatma, the body, the Jivatma. Jivatma, one from the standpoint of Shariram. From the standpoint of Atma, it doesn't have death, no Maranam. So Atma doesn't take new clothes. Atma doesn't wear new bodies. What wears is only this Shariram. So the Shariram, Karana Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, this Shariram only takes up new, new, new bodies. Because the the karma, the storage, all the karmas are stored in the Karana Shariram. So all the karmas are stored in the Karana Shariram. That is a memory chip. The chip is there. So the next janma, whatever the karma, which is from the account, from the collection, a certain part of karma manifests in the form of another shariram, in whichever body it takes, depends on the karma. So that shariram, that is sukshma kana sharira sagita atma, that alone travels, that alone takes new shariram, not the Satchidananda Atma. This need to be understood. If Atma also travels, then it's a problem. Where it will travel? If it travels, then it must be limited. If it is limited, then that cannot be the Swarupam of myself. No freedom is possible, no moksha is possible. Then Atma, then Shastram loses the status of being a pramanam for moksha. So therefore Atma, the traveling is not for Atma, traveling is only for Jivatma, which identifies itself with Shariradvayam. Okay, then the next shloka we will read. Nainam chindanti shastrani
नैनं
नैनं
चिन्तन्ति
चिन्तन्ति शस्त्राणि
शस्त्राणि
नैनं दहति पावकः
नैनं
नैनं
दहति
दहति
पावकः
पावकः
न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः
न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः
यन्त्यपः
न शोषयति मारुतः.
न
न शोषयति
शोषयति
मारुतः.
मारुतः.
So the previous shloka said Dehi takes up new clothes. Therefore, there may be a samshaya. If Dehi takes up new clothes, then it gives up old clothes. Then it must die. It must die. Therefore, only it takes up new clothes. That doubt may come. That doubt may come. Therefore, it says there is no death for Dehi. There is death only for Deha. Dehi cannot be destroyed. That is further stated. Dehi, like Deha, not made of Pancha Mahabhuta. This destruction, creation, all the modification can happen only for that which are created, which are created from the Pancha Mahabhuta. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. These things only, out of these things only, the beings are born, the beings will die. They only interact. The interaction is only between the elements and the elementals. When the interaction happens, there is a change. The change is all only for the anatma, not for the atma. It's only for the deha, not for the dehi. So, dehi, in fact, dehi is a source for deha. Deha, which is made of these elementals and elements. And for these elements, what is the source? Brahma. Atma. Chaitanyam is in fact, it is the Karanam. It is the karanam. Tasmat, etasmat, akashat, sambhutah, akashat. Tasmat, etasmat, akashaka sambhutah, akashat, vayuhu, vayoragnihi, agnerapah, adhyat prithvi, prithvyam, oshadayah, iti. From this Brahma Atma, from that only this Akasha, first element Akasha is born, other elements are, are born. So these elements are born. Atma is not born. Those elements are born. Out of these elements only, when they combine, this Shariram is formed. So the Shariram is nothing but made up of these five elements. And the world, the Jagat is also made up of these five elements. Therefore, these five elements interact with the other five elements. The subject, the Deha which is made up of five elements, interact with the object of the world, which are also made of five elements. There is an interaction between the bhutas. How can this can bring about destruction to the very Karanam, which is Brahmatma, Atma, not possible. That's what he says here. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Na enam, referring to Atmanam, this Atma, shastrani na chindanti. Shastra cannot cut. Shastras, weapons, cannot cut this Atma. Shastram is weapons. Chindanti, cut. So the knife, the sword cannot cut this Atma because this Atma is not cuttable. Because it is not available. It is not available. It is not available for the objectification of the elements. Objectification for sense organs. It is not it is not available for objectification for sense organs. Therefore, it cannot be cut. So that is what it says. That is, Atma is not available for objectification. Therefore, Shastrani cannot cut. Weapons do not cut. Then weapon is one. Weapon is made of, that stands for the Prithvi element. Then Pavakaha na dagati. Pavaka is Vayu. Vayu is another element. Pavaka is fire. Pavaka is fire, Agni element. Agni cannot burn the Atma. Agni is another element, another Panchamahabhuta. It cannot burn the Atma. Then Nachainam Kledagan Tyapaha. Apaha is water. Water, another element. This water cannot wet the Atma. Wet the Atma means this water cannot bring about a change in the Atma, cannot bring about a destruction of the Atma. Similarly, Maruta is Vayu, na shoshayati, cannot dry up this Atma. Atma is not wet to be dried up. Therefore, Maruta, Vayu also cannot bring. So all the five elements, only four elements are mentioned. Other elements we can bring in. Akasha is not mentioned, but Akasha also can be brought in. Understand? If four elements cannot bring about a change in the Atma, how can Akasha can bring? Akasha is subtle. It is the first element born, therefore it is very subtle. Then from the Akasha, then a little grosser than Akasha, Vayu is born. So Akasha, Vayu, these are Amurta Pancha Bhuta, Panchamaha Bhuta. They do not have form. Akasha, Vayu doesn't have form. Whereas then from Vayu you get Agnihi. Vayoho Agnihi. Agnehe Apaha. Apaha Prithvi. Therefore Agni, Apaha, Prithvi, these three have got forms. Murta Panchamaha Bhuta. Sat Chatyacha Bhavat Niruktam Cha in Taittiriya Upanishad. Sat Tyat, referring to the Murta Pancha Mahabhuta. So Amurta Pancha, the first two bhutas are Amurta Pancha Mahabhuta. The last three are Murta Pancha Mahabhuta. This Murta Pancha Mahabhuta, that is Agni, Apaha, Vayuhu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi, these three cannot destroy Atma. Then Amurta Pancha Mahabhuta, in that Vayu cannot bring about a change in the Atma. Akasha, very subtle. It is not available even for objectification. Therefore, it is not mentioned. Therefore, we have to bring in Akasha also. That is, this Panchamahabhuta cannot bring about the destruction of Atma. It is not available for objectification. Objectification through sense organs. The sense organs are made of this Panchamahabhuta. If that is so, then if these are not available for four elements, how can it be available for the Akasha? That's why Akasha is not mentioned. So we have to bring in Akasha also. Therefore, these cannot bring about destruction. So, what can be destroyed is only the shariram. What can be destroyed is only shariram. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Here, nainam, yenam is atmanam. Atma referring to the Satchit Ananda Atma, not the body. Sometimes the word Atma can refer to body in the Shastram, but here Atmanam na chindanti shastrani. Atmanam pavakaha na dagati. Atmanam na apaha kledayanti. Atmanam marutaha na shoshayati. Whereas the body, anatma is available for objectification. Therefore, these elements only can bring about change in the anatma. When the body is destroyed, atma is not destroyed. When the body is destroyed, atma is not destroyed. Therefore, only is said the body undergoes changes, but not atma. So, all the possible causes of destruction which are mentioned here, the form of the Panchamahabhuta, these cannot affect Atma. This cannot affect Atma, cannot change the Atma, because Atma is a Sat. Atma is it's Satsvarupa Atma. Atma is Satsvarupa, being Sat. Therefore, it has continuous existence. It has continuous existence. It was there before and it will continue to be. So, and these bhutas which are in between, they come and they go away. They have manifestation and they unmanifest. These cannot bring about change in the Atma. So, therefore, this Atma cannot be destroyed. Cannot be destroyed because Atma is not subject to objectification. So, destruction is also an objectification. Destruction also an objectification. Therefore, objectification is not possible. Atma cannot be objectified. Therefore, Atma is indestructible. Cannot have maranam. Iti. The same idea is presented in the next shloka also. You can read. Achedyoyamadakhyoyam
अच्छेद्यो
अच्छेद्योऽयमदाह्योऽयम्
अध्यात्मोऽयम्
अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च
क्लेद्यो
अक्लेद्योऽशोष्य एव
शोष्य
च
एव च
नित्यः सर्वगतस्थाणुः
नित्यः
नित्यः
सर्वगतस्थाणुः
सर्वगतस्थाणुः
अचलोऽयं सनातनः
अचलोऽयं
अचलोऽयं
सनातनः
सनातनः
अच्छेद्यः अयम् अच्छेद्यः अयम् आत्मा अच्छेद्यः. Achedyaha is the same chidadhatu, chidardhatu. Chindanti is of the same chidardhatu. Chid means to cut. This I am referring to this Atma is not subject to chindana kriya. It is not subject to cutting. It means it cannot be destroyed. Adagyaha ayam. Dah means to burn. Ayam Atma Adakyaha. It is not subject to burning. It cannot be burnt. Because, why these are said? Because when we see the Shariram being burnt, we see the person has gone forever. No, body is only is burnt. The cloth is only burnt. The person is there. He doesn't have form. Not Murta is not there, but it is its Swarupam is Atma is there. Amurta. So this Murta Prapancha will undergo change. Murta Prapancha will undergo change. That is unavoidable. That will happen. Whereas the Dehi, he continued to be here. With the burning of the body, Dehi is not burnt. With the cutting of the body, Atma is not cut. Akledyaha, Akledyaha, Jala Samadhi, Jala Samadhi, we talk about Jala Samadhi. The body is subject to wetting, but not the Atma. Therefore, Jalam also cannot bring about the destruction. Ashoshyaha, not subject to drying up by the Maruta. So, no destruction possible. Therefore, it is Atma is permanent, Nityaha. Atma is everlasting, therefore not bound by time. It is Sarvagataha, all pervasive, and that Atma is myself, the consciousness, not the body. Therefore, I as Sat Atma, the existence, is all pervasive. It is all pervasive. Like what? Like the clay is pervaded. Like the clay is pervaded all through the pot. Similarly, Atma is all pervasive. In all the earthenwares, clay is there. Clay is Sarvagata. The earthenwares can be destroyed, but clay cannot be destroyed. From the standpoint of Karanam, Karana Karya, clay is Sarvagata and clay doesn't have Maranam, it is Nityaha. So, therefore, what is Satyam? The clay. Clay is the truth. It is a Satyam of every pot. So, in fact, what is there is only clay. So, and the clay is free from any change. Clay doesn't undergo any change. Clay doesn't have movement. The form is given. That's all. The form has got a nama, a name, and Rupa is the Nama Rupa. The Nama Rupa is Mithya given to the clay. The Mithya only goes away. It is being Mithya, therefore it goes away. But clay continues to be. Similarly, Atma also. Therefore, I am Atma Achedyaha Adagyaha iti. So here you may think the previous shloka talked about the same thing. Here also it talked about the same thing. Is it not a punarukti dosha? No, it is not a punarukti dosha. Repeating the same thing. Repeating the same thing is not a dosha. Repeating the same thing is one for two things. Because we have the habit of forgetting, therefore it is repeated. Other thing is we have the natural tendency to misunderstand it. That is repeated. So by repetition, two things are taken care. One is we keep on dwelling on the topic. We keep on dwelling on the topic. And repeating, the possible misunderstandings are also removed. So therefore, here the repetition, the idea repetition is not a dosha. Shloka number 23 and 24. Shloka number 23 and 24 seems to have the same meaning, seems to have the convey the same idea. It is not a punarukti dosha. Even the words nityaha, sarvagataha, stanuhu, achalaha, ayam, sanatanaha, all these words are repeated. It is only to strongly entrench in the mind of the students. It is repeated. Therefore, it is not a punarukti dosha. We will talk about this shloka more. the next class. So we stop here. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Unvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Viyanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidasvara Saraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद शरण।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद जी।